Good morning and happy Monday. My name is Keith Moore, president of KDM and Associates and founder of Open Government TV and co-producer of a 5-year initiative called Innovation in Agriculture and Energy Opportunity Zone Summit. This conversation is so significant to our American economy and our global world peace and our ability to be good neighbors to our global allies and our communities at home in a period of time in which we are all experiencing probably the most challenging of times, thanks to what's called COVID-19. Because of COVID-19, I'm here in front of my computer speaking to you, opposed to being live. It's not safe. I don't have to wear a mask in my own home. So for the next 2 days, I am free to be able to open up a discussion that we believe so firmly will literally transform what works for America. We believe that innovation is the key to moving ourselves out of the 20th century and into the 21st century. We believe that creating a culture, a commitment to teach in the classrooms at the earliest of age, what it is like to take an idea and move your ingenuity up the scale of your own maturity. It is incumbent upon our teachers, our political leaders, our government workers, fathers, mothers, and community at large, especially grounded and founded in our faith-based communities, to understand that we are moving out of a century and into a new one. Yet we have to do it at a distance because of what's called COVID-19. Irrespective, we started this initiative a year and a half ago, literally, thanks to a relationship that was bridged between a young man named P.J. Haney Farms, a 5th-generation farmer, 5 generations of producing canola, corn, wheat, cotton, and doing so for so long and amassing an education himself. He was inspired to be curious about how to get his farming production into government contracting. Well, all of that you will learn over the next day and two how it's relevant to our advancing innovation in agriculture and energy. As a result of our curiosity, his curiosity, and our conversations, our engagement at KDM and working with federal agencies and becoming, over the last 18 years, a trusted advisor, one who cares about public policy and knowing the importance of public policy, knowing what public policy does to a country, what opportunities it provides. This conversation over the next 2 days will discuss in detail. It will be a capacity building for so many. A learning experience, and for many, it'll be an exposure for the first time of the kinds of programs that are made available for even farmers, but not really talked about enough for farmers to understand where their opportunities are, to be able to move from the 20th century and into the 21st century. The energy sector. Well, we all know if this internet, God forbid, were to go down because of a power loss, which is something that happens frequently around the globe, just travel to any parts of the diaspora, to any parts of the world where infrastructure is not as sophisticated as it is here in America. We're talking about energy that now has so many different alternatives. But it's the same energy that was used to build manufacturing. Where years ago, in the early 70s and before, there was the birth of industrialization. All of these things is important for young people to know, and so we're excited to have not just the adults in the room for the next 2 days, but thanks to a lady by the name of Joyce Matthews and her many, many years of a teacher at Fairfax Public School System, we will have some high school students and fifth graders, parents, and teachers joining us today in this very adult conversation. We're excited to have you all as a part of our first ever Innovation in Agriculture and Energy Opportunity Zone Summit. And we are delighted to know that this is not just a one-time event. We will be carrying on capacity building training sessions, and annually over the next 5 years, we will be collecting data. We'll be soliciting and eliciting survey information that is so important to come up with what works to move America forward and to advance our globalization, where parity, equity, innovation, diversity, all can inspire new ideas, new commercialization, new efficiencies, and most of all, create a stronger national security where our nation can be free from pandemics because we found vaccines, free from prevalent diseases that impact on communities of color, where we have more doctors who are African American, Hispanic, and people of color who represent their cultures in confident ways to where they bring comfort to those that they grew up with in their community. And most of all, having said everything that I've said, we care so much about our historically Black colleges, our land grants, and our minority serving institutions. You will hear much of the conversation, and many of our speakers, if not all of them, mentioned the need for historically Black colleges, our legacy institutions, to become the cornerstones of where all people, but particularly people of color in those communities who want to follow in the footsteps of their parents and their family members who've gone to HBCUs. The 21st century will require us to examine deeply, carefully, how we've done business. And is there a better way to do more business in a broader way so that there's less exclusivity and there's more productivity because more of us are in the game? Well, I've taken up about 9 minutes of your time, only to give you some background, and I will be with you throughout the day. Again, my name is Keith Moore, president of KDM and Associates, founder of Open Government TV, one of the first internet TV programs in America focused on opening up government so that information is shared in a way that it engages, educates, and empowers. And for you, the audience, get your pens, get your coffee, get your tea, get your pads, because this is a day of note-taking. There will be things that you've not heard before, things that will amaze you, information that we are, as a planning team, so proud of being able to assemble such amazing speakers that you will hear today. The first on my list, and I may be a couple minutes early on introducing him, is Colonel Vincent Quarles, Deputy Director of Office of Minority Programs and Office of Economic Impact and Diversity. Colonel Vincent Quarles is of a new division that is out of the Office of Economic Impact, and We are proud to have him come and speak to us to kick off this historic event. I think it's appropriate to have such a department as the Office of Economic Impact, whose focus is to advance STEM innovation and work with the minority serving institutions and historically Black colleges, and basically care about preparing the future of work in the energy sector. It's going to be very exciting, ladies and gentlemen, and I am happy again to introduce Colonel Vincent Quarles, Deputy Director of the Office of Minority Programs. I will, given the fact that he is going to present for about 15 minutes, speak to his detailed background after you hear from him. And I think we'll take a 30-second break, and the next person that you both see and hear from a distance, but yet right in your room, wherever you are, Colonel Vincent Quarles, Deputy Director of Office of Minority Programs and Office of Economic Impact and Diversity at the Department of Energy. Thank you very much, and we look forward to having a great day with you all day long.